If you have followed my channel just for a couple of weeks, we have a little bit of a reward, a little treat from Zeddy. Especially in my favorite video ever, called the Nerfs video. It's awesome, bro.
What? Zeddy here again?
So, I marked the video, and we can click this button.
Understand there are a ton of people that hate it. Hell, there's people that make hate videos about me, about Reno, because apparently Reno, I'm the reason Reno exists like it is. So, again.
Yes, Eddie, you should not whisper into developer's ear and be like, oh, it has to start with no duplicates. That's a good idea, guys. Now you take the blame. I heard you. I heard you ask for this feature, my friends. And it's not a cool feature. You're just trying to run away from Plague Death Knights. Which is its own problem. But yeah, I mean... No, it just looks so pathetic. It just looks like a Zeddy toy, and... he's gonna be very sad to lose it. He says like, oh... people who hate Reno will celebrate now this day that he's getting nerfed. And Zeddy's gonna cry. I want to get to that part too.
It's just...
So what's the best way to nerf Reno again? Because he's trying to predict that shit too, right? One thing that comes to mind is a unique effect of just like return things to my hands, alright? Return all things to enemy hands. Or destroy locations, but that's just weird. It's like, you have not a lot of space to work with. You have one space per turn. On this card, because like you're using 4 lines. It's just such a frustrating feeling for me of like, as a game developer, like, this is wrong. You printed the worst card imaginable, so the only things you can do is take things away. You can take away armor, you can take away this one space thing. You cannot change and manipulate this empty the enemy board, because that's it. That's it. It's the simplification of things, but the effect is so stupid. It's the first of its kind, and is the stupidest effect. Like, what's the point? You know, what was the point of this card in the first place? Just to stir up drama, because that's what happened. It should be a strong effect, but the way to make a strong effect is to make Reno cost less, but, you know, make an effect that's sort of mid-range, doesn't just clear everything you can imagine. Fucking 2020s just disappear. Like, what the fuck is this Lone Ranger supposed to do? Be the, you know, Keanu Reeves and Chuck Norris of the universe that makes everything just the strongest card that could possibly exist in a certain, you know, universe? I mean, that sounds cool, but is he introduced that way to us? You know, was he actually introduced this way, or is just like a really crazy card? Because now if you're printing out Chuck Norris into Hearthstone, I want to see a whole fucking storyline. I want to see a whole plot twist of this card getting its own like arc and companions and all that shit. But like this no duplicate thing, I don't know if it's working out, especially when you have to squeeze all the non-duplicates into every single class, or some of the classes, like 5. That's still a lot. You know, as long as you can squeeze a lot of stuff into the neutral set, then it's an interesting thing. But following this rule is not that cool. It's just not a cool rule. Like, I'm not excited to take things away from my deck. It would be nice to add certain things of like 1 drops or 2 drops. Having odd and even is so much cooler because you immediately get the rewards. With Reno, it's so much more stupider. Like, you compare Reno to Gen and Baku, you compare Reno to something that Rauren complains. I want to double check one thing. I actually stopped watching Rauren, and he has a problem, this boy. He's socializing, and it's not going anywhere. This way of doing things. Is this Genin Bakuidi or what? This is 1 card. What is that?
If their entire turn for the rest.
Yeah, so it's Nosdorma and it's fucking clickbait at this point. His best video is clickbait. Because you will never remember. So remember, this is Nosdorma sitting there. Okay, which is the weirdest thing. Would we ever be able to find Gen and Baku? Or is it impossible? I don't know. I don't know anymore. And I don't know how it felt back in the day. How Hearthstone felt when the first introduction of Gen and Baku. Because, yeah, just leaning on hero powers is not really cool, but when it's like you slightly upgrade and change the way your deck works, that's pretty cool thing, pretty cool rule to follow, right? This god awful thing, and the reward is just to make your opponent minions disappear and restrict them from playing cards. Like, is that a cool reward? Do you feel like you fucking did something? You just protected your ass for a few turns, and potentially you have flipped the board into your favor because your opponent ran out of resources, and it's just, or just couldn't put enough pressure because he's just pressured all at once. There's a huge dump of power level all at once, and it's the stupidest thing in Hearthstone, where you just vomit a lot of power. Reno is one of those moments when it just takes a lot of power away from you. And if you have just a few minions, if you're playing Tempo Reno, you're obliterating your opponent with no hopes of your opponent of doing anything in return, just defending themselves in any way, besides doing the same thing that you just did, play a bunch of Borklers, right, to defend themselves. I don't know how Reno feels in Tempo decks. It's just a control nonsense that Zeddy is so passionate about, and I don't get it. Alright? I don't get it. Reno just serves one purpose, just squeeze a bunch of control decks up the ranks. You know, like, Zeddy's supposed to look into this card and be like, this is supposed to be more of a fun card than fucking obliterating the Hearthstone card. I don't want to have something in the neutral pool that looks like this, right? No one would want that. And obviously he finds the best argument that game developers just want to clean up all the suppression that Reno is causing, all the drama. They want to clean this up, so they gotta fucking smack Reno one more time. Obviously it's just gonna go to 10 mana, it's just the most obvious thing. But I would take away a little bit of armor. I would consider taking away this. It's just 2 targets. And, you know, you can even make it cheaper by taking this away. You can make it go back to 8 mana. Of, like, you allow your opponent to play cards again. Fascinating. They're not going to do that. They're not going to change the flavor. Developers are too scared of actually finding the right solution to things. None of this makes sense. None of these effects are interesting and cool. And armor is definitely not undeserved. Definitely too much. This is what makes things so much crazier, because not only it's impossible to reach Reno when you slap this shit on top and clear everything, but you can't set up nothing. Like, you completely locked out of the game all of a sudden, just blacked out. The biggest blackout in Hearthstone. It's like you got blackout drunk out of nowhere. Surprise, I'm playing a Highlander deck. And the surprise is not cool. You don't get to see much cool stuff. Like, Hearthstone is about cool things happening, and I don't want to see a big card do big just ass in your face until you black out. So yeah, I just ranted for 9 minutes. Because Gen and Baku is just a wonderful example of following a rule and getting a little bit of a boost in a different way, right? And you can explore that category of things with just a couple of legendaries. Actually, they don't even need support. You don't even need additional no-dupe cards to support Reno archetype. Gen and Baku just on their own changed the game rule, which is something I demanded for a very long time. I've dreamed about. Just change the game rule of Hearthstone. So yeah, Gen and Baku was actually a wonderful invention. Was just too strong because hero powers were powerful enough for you to lean on them, but now they're not powerful enough. You have to just enjoy a little bit of a bonus for your hero power, but still you have to have high quality cards and high quality ways to use your mana. If you don't do that, you fail. You lose.
Prince Renathal saw play at 35 health for all my crying.
Yeah, see, the problem, Zeddy asked for this. Zeddy asked for this card to not be playable in other kinds of decks. Now the restriction is so stupid where it just, you can't actually build a deck with just a couple of duplicates that you're gonna draw eventually, right? You're expecting to draw them, otherwise you would lose the game, because Reno is not even a win condition. You drawing those specific cards that are duplicates, you allowing yourself to have more intricate combos, and this just fucking sucks, bro. Now the restriction is too strict, and it makes no sense no more. If this is the restriction you want to give, then give us the hero power upgrade the same way Genenbaku works. Because Genenbaku works, it has a very strict restriction, but it gives you immediate effect. With Reno, it's a random bullshit where you have to draw the damn thing and flex it to your opponent, and it's literally the biggest flex in the game of like, oh wow, you played all these nice cards, let me just get rid of them with no trace, with no mercy. Like, it's the stupidest thing to like this card. You know, why Zeddy stands on the other side and supporting Reno as if they're best friends, we will never know. We'll never know, but he's definitely on the opposing side, and I don't like that.
Every day.
I hated Prince Renathal too, because, like, what's the point? What's the point of this survivability thing? What's the point of just sitting back and just answering the board over and over again? And now that you have more health, you have more incentive to play control decks. And control decks are just not exciting to me. Nothing about control decks is exciting to me. I'm not that impressed. Yes, great. I'm okay that Renathal existed and maybe it enabled some cool stuff to happen, right? But as a deck builder, I don't want to add additional 10 cards because that's 10 more brain cells that I have to worry about. Fuck that shit. My brain already hurts, all right? So Prince Renathal, for me, it just like, it felt bad. It felt bad as a deck builder. I have never used it. I've never used Prince Renathal. Maybe once just to test things out, but it was just such a no-go zone of like, why should I add additional cards just to get some tiny effect, right? But at the same time, it does matter, and Prince Renathal, again, is not Reno. It's a different thing. Prince Renathal gives you a bonus immediately. That's the whole point. That's the whole difference. That's why Reno sucks so bad. That's why his return is not welcome around here. It would not suck if Reno is like more simpler of a card. Spreads out its stupid effect across the game a little bit more. But it's still a problem of like you have to draw the damn thing. How are you gonna do that? Like, what the hell? Is it gonna start it? It could start in your opening hand. You know, if you have no duplicates, this starts in your opening hand. And you get your hero power, and this could like cost like 7 mana. Right? So anyone can play this, but if you have no duplicates, this will start in your opening hand. That would be a good solution too. Right? That would be cool.
Hero helping it.
By the way, if you have not crafted Reno, it's about time to try and open packs and find the damn thing. Because it's gonna get very expensive very fast. I mean, very soon. You'll be able to cash out your Reno. It's amazing. But I don't think anyone has excess amount of legendaries, or in most of them opened the Reno already. It's a free craft now that we know that it's gonna get nerfed. I am not happy with the nerfs because it's only 3 of them. It's Ziliax, Reno. They already have been nerfed. And then there is this like common thing. So Blizzard probably fucking getting more and more vigilant of like in how many ways they can rip us off, and this is one of those. I feel ripped off. I want to open a bunch of packs and get the extra dust, bro. Come on, man. I was able to get lots of it, like fucking $20 worth of extra dust just because of nerfs, it seems. In other words, when nerfs happen, that's when you buy packs. best time to buy packs of the nerfed packs, so to speak. But if just legendaries get nerfed, it's not good. It has to be like epics. Epics, the juiciest ones, because it's possible to actually open them. And the rares, absolutely, rares and epics, the best disenchant dust material. And sometimes if they're good enough, they come back to my collection. Why not? Like Yogg-Saron came back to my collection. It was unusual comeback. Yogg-Saron came from 0 mana to 9 and still made a comeback. But cool, whatever.
Might want to anticipate possibly even worse. If you're a fan of the card, or if you're a Clark Hellscream, or some of my haters out there, you'll just be really happy that it gets murdered. And, well, you'll be able to celebrate that while I cry a river.
Clark hates Reno too. Clark, seemingly the most reasonable person I bumped into, so nice that a name drop happened. Reasonable not in terms of thumbnails, because this thumbnail thing is just the most disgusting thing. It's like, why does it have to look the same every time? Rank 49 Legends, and that's why I show number 1. Does he have not yet developed technology to change the number a little bit? Spice things up? Convey more meaning in his thumbnails, bro? He has editing skills, guys. This is unacceptable.
I want you to look at me right in the eyes. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for having the same microphone as this guy, except I don't know how to change lights like this. And why would I? I just have red. Blood red.
I have whole videos dedicated to getting better at Owl Druid, and the way...
You mean suffer? That sounds like suffering if you're trying to get better at a combo deck.
I'm making...
Alonius is kind of fine. It's not that deep. I want to see what he's gonna do, maybe.
And then, like, come on, something.
Yes, ask your deck to spit out a combo piece, my friends. Keep asking.
Something.
So, with cover artists, you can copy Alonius. You can just draw a cover artist. This deck allows itself to draw dragons, so it would not have dragons in there. But it doesn't even have the cover artist, right? No, the other thing. Polyphero. It doesn't have that, and yet why do you have so little minions in there? It looks like a ripped Polyphero deck without Polyphero. That's how fucking weird it is. But it's because it relies on pendants. Any reliance on things, like, it's the dumbest thing. I feel like. If you rely to draw a card, a specific card, you lose. You lose Hearthstone. You're wasting your time.
Having to sit here and wait.
That's combo deck for you. You sit there and wait.
Oh man, I'm at...
And you're rolling the dice, basically. You're taking a chance.
Not...
I do like Chia Dragon idea of just, like, taking spell damage potentially with a 1/1. That's really cool. Also, Chia Pet can draw pendants, which can make things a lot easier.
This one, dude. I think we might be losing this.
You don't lose with combo deck until you are at 0 health, unfortunately.
This one.
You literally don't know when you're gonna win or lose. Unless there's too much pressure and you can't build any combo. But even with Eonar, you draw Eonar and you heal back to full. Like, time is limitless with this deck.
Reno.
Looking for a standoff?
This, you know, could linger for like 3 turns, and anyone is in this area would take 3 points of damage or something. Like, would be fine, right? It's like a showdown. You're fighting one versus the fucking loner. Like, that would be a cool theme too. Everything outside just takes 3 damage and no locations get removed. Like, no need for that shit. To be so vicious. If locations are so strong, then they, like, But why still remove it? Why remove all these, like, dormant effects? Portals, right? Why make such vicious effects? I don't understand. This is why Reno is the worst designed card. Because it's viciously designed. You're supposed to, like, make softer effects that do quite a bit of things, right? Then you don't have to, like, remove the armor bonus. You can leave that as long as the other effects are mild and not crazy. Just being able to get the new hero power is already spice, and you get the additional bonus if you don't have duplicates, right? But Reno Zeddy asked this to be treated like one of those Genenbaku and Renethal decks that start the game with something. It's weird. Looking at this of like, restrictions shouldn't happen. Like, these are very rough effects. Removing everything, restricting everything. It's just so painful.
I think we win now.
Wow, everything changed, guys. A hero could also have inspire effect. Isn't that crazy? An inspire effect. When this will cast a hero power, in normal circumstances, let's say Reno is like 7 mana. Because I want it to be cheaper, I want it to be playable in all the decks. I want to upgrade my hero power too, guys. But if you have no duplicates, the hero power is even stronger, inspiring some kind of bonus effect on top of all the minions. Maybe all minions gain a rush or something. Basically completely reworking the whole damn thing. All minions gain a +1/+1 and rush. Fucking going back to inspire effect. Maybe one creature gets reborn, or gets bonus effects, just like lifesteal reborn, all that nonsense. Maybe you get like a random location. That would be cool as well. Like, there's so many cool things to do, and Blizzard just defaulted and be like, we have to protect their player for a few more turns because they built this cool Highlander deck, you know? They just have to be safe and happy, controlling the flow of the game for a little bit longer, you know? Said he wants to sit back and survive 3 more turns. So, you know, he doesn't have to think about anything for 3 more turns of like, oh, I'm not dying for 3 more turns. Actually, I just played Reno. Yeah. That was close. That's pretty cool.
Oh my lord.
Fizzle? That's an interesting way to get copies of things.
Totally get that. But if you got a 50% win rate, the deck is working.
Why not 51% win rate? 50%. Oh, you just have to get enough games to get lucky.
You just gotta play more games.
You mean you have to flip more coins? Again, as if like we're all sharing the same addiction of like, you gotta hit legends. There's no other way. There's no other purpose in life. Well, you have to choose a deck you want to push to legends. Because you can push something. You don't have to just copy and paste what already works. So how do we celebrate this Reno nerf? I don't want this to be too long of an episode. Oh shit. Midsummer Fire Festival, that's cool. And we get packs. I guess let's just try and open a pack. Let's fucking chill. Let's enjoy the demise of Reno. There is 0 chance I can open Reno in a pack. It's so sad. But I can see Reno right here. I don't know why. Next episode is Baku versus non-Baku Rogue. Because technically I'm not really improving this 1-drop Valera. She just be what it be. I think Marine would do very well in that stupid Alonius deck.
Found my prey.
I mean,
Quickly.
pretty obvious with the dagger. I love this shit, man. I love what Zeddy did, and what Zeddy tried not to do. You know, try not to give me too much attention, but acknowledge my existence. There's no one else who hates on Zeddy, bro. No one would do that. It's just for him, it's amusing. I'm like, oh wait, what? Someone would actually do that? And if he hears me, then it's like, yeah, okay. He's gonna know when I have a Zeddy problem, you know? He's gonna know. Gotta be more careful in that sense. Smack into my mech, bro. Don't waste your tempo. Will I get disappointed? Let's find out.
Frequencies equalized.
Kind of. It's kind of a dumb card now. How did it just one minion disappeared? Barely. Barely made it through this bad boy. Shit, I can steal life now. That's a pretty good bonus. On top of
Justice is
annoying
Raising base.
existence. Almost just nah. I gotta set things up. Test can stay, but this is not a test card. Sludge is not a test card. We're not ready for anything special here. Alright. Borkler number 1. I think it's good to keep track of number of Borklers opponent casts. Or a number of Borklers you cast for yourself. Huh. Red card for me. No red card for you. Minion go dormant though. Cass would not like that. Because she can go dormant by accident. What kind of Zilliax is this? Shuffle in a deck? Yeah, that's the cool one. It's the infinite Zilliax. And it makes a lot of copies of itself. I want to open pack as soon as possible. I might just ignore Zilliax. But there's no space. So nothing makes sense. I can't do anything. And like, just kill the damn thing.
mine.
Just enjoy playing Zilliaxes, but it's annoying. Let's play Marino. I want to set up pack openings. Oh, burning cards. So, you go away. How do I remove this? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, that's cool.
I will side this make no
Awesome. I don't think I can do this, but it's not that bad. I'm just losing Tess in that sense. And I'm setting up so much. Wow. So much stuff, right? Oh my god.
quickly.
That is nasty. He actually has its own copy. And is able to clear 2 minions. That's more than 1 minion, I think. Well, deal damage to me, baby.
Justice is mine.
It's gonna be pretty good. We're very close. Getting in there. I think he would be willing to attack. I get 3 minis. Which is exactly what I want to do to accompany my legendaries. Oh, look! Oh, look at that. Those are the good ones.
You have a fraction of my power.
That's crazy. Takes damage, so I'm taking even more. I can look into his hands. I am a little bit upset that I have one. I'm one of lethal.
I wonder.
Although I could do this train. I could try and discover lethal maybe. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mysterious
I could have shutter walked this thing.
wisdom.
I'm shutter walking, card stealing. I'll steal all his cards, so I know exactly what he does. Alright, what's up? Demon Hunter is number 8. Unbelievable. Bye! You don't have to deal with that taunt. Thank you very much. I saw no healing in his hands. I'm pretty much safe.
I'm the perfect toy.
To obliterate. Yeah, that one exists. I can do this into Wind Fury for 4 damage. Plus, oh my god. Okay. You got lucky. What is that? 2 hunters.
That toy was made just.
Demon. I have a demon on board. I have 2 demons.
I'm the perfect toy for you.
Oh, is that how we're gonna play, huh? Have to pass 4 secrets. Oh my god.
It's full.
And if I don't pass this, I have to deal with this shit. Wow. What a score. So first of all, we make this immune.
It is me.
Fucking puzzle. Alright. Next we attack with this.
Toy makers, bless me.
So it might die. Disabling that. And we attack with this. I don't think I can buff it. It activates explosive. The only thing I'm worried about is goddamn armor.
Justice is
That's it.
mine.
You don't have to know. You don't have to know that I have King Crush. Wow, what a cool game. No Reno either. Just Reno is still here, Zeddy. It's okay. It's okay, Zeddy. If you don't go straight to Legend, Reno is right here. You can play with Reno. You can click on him and stuff. You can click OK a couple of times. It's okay, Zeddy. It's okay. It's right there. Twice. Just so you know. See you guys next time.